What is up, guys? It is Tuesday, June 11th, 2025. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 900,825. TikTok next block. Now, forgive the wind, guys. This is the only time I can do this video. And, we got the live coming up in a few hours. I want to talk to you about that for a second. And I just want to give you some thoughts and kind of like be like a diary right now. Because I'm in the car. And I was running some errands. I said, man, I got to stop and get these thoughts out after the live from last night and before the one today. And again, I hope you guys are doing well. First of all, I want to thank every single one of you that were on that live last night. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know. And for those of you that don't know, my daughter is in town. My 23-year-old daughter, she'll be 24 about a month and a half from now, a month and 20 days. Birthday's August 1st. And she did the live with me last night. But not only did she do the live with me, but she took over the live yesterday. And the reason I'm recording this because I went back and watched it this morning. Not my parts, but the part she was in. And also I was watching it out in the living room last night when she was doing it. And I got to say, man, as a parent, I'm very, very proud. And I'm not making this about me and saying, oh, my daughter's so great and all that. I'm not saying that. I'm just tremendously, I can't even say tremendously proud because that's not even the word for it. You know, if you guys are parents, those of you that are parents, you understand what it is to have children and, you know, you worry about them. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to be and are they going to be okay? And if I'm gone or something. And my daughter showed me, not just because she did, you know, literally filled my shoes or sat in my seat yesterday, that she, you know, she'd be okay. But, there's a light bulb starting to turn on with my daughter, and I'm watching her progression, and she just made me so freaking again proud last night. And man, again, my goodness, and again, for every one of you that watched that and donated to her and gave her those wonderful, wonderful words, I thank you so much, man, for that. That is just, again, the reason I'm doing it is for part of it is because of her. And my rest of my family and the world, but she's very, very important to me, and obviously for obvious reasons. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today with your family and your children. You know, I'm a 50-year-old man, and a lot of you guys are in different stages of your life. You know what I mean? Some of you are 20, some of you are 30, some of you are 60, 40, 35, whatever your age, right? It doesn't matter, man. You know, if you can and you have the ability to, and you don't have any yet, I highly suggest you have children, men and women. Again, if you can, right? Everybody's different. And for those of you that do have children, I'm not going to tell you to look out for these children because obviously you don't look out for your children. But, you know, for those of you that are true hard money enthusiasts and really into Bitcoin, it makes it a lot easier, guys. I'm telling you, when you get your family involved with it. It just does. And again, to hear my daughter, you know, up there on that live and then, you know, sitting in my seat and then doing my ending and all this other stuff. It's just like, I don't know, it's almost like a plumber or something watching their son or their daughter or whoever, you know, taking over the family business. And I don't expect my daughter to be just like me, you know, because she's not just like me. She's a completely different person. You know, we do look a lot alike. And I was really noticing that in the video when I was playing it back. I said, wow, because, you know, she looks a lot like her mother, too. And it's weird how she looks so much like her mother when she's with her mother, but then she really looks like me when she's with me. But, you know, my daughter's job is not to do what I'm doing, right? And obviously, you guys know, and for those of you that don't know, I'm on a mission to change the world and make sure everyone adopts a Bitcoin standard. Everyone gets to and how do we do that? Everyone gets to 1 million Satoshis in cold storage. Number one thing, even before you study. Number two, get to 100 hours of your studying. And number three, make sure that the United States of America first, and every other country, but the United States in particular first, backs every single digital dollar with a Satoshi. And again, those are the minimums, guys, right? Getting to 1 million sats is a minimum. 100 hours is a minimum. And then starting and backing our dollar with every Satoshi is a minimum, and it'll go even farther down in the future. That's my job. That's not my daughter's job. My daughter's job, she's into childcare, you know what I mean? And she started a business where she's connecting families to other childcare I don't want to say workers, but people that take care of children and stuff like that. And that's how she creates value in the world. You know what I mean? Because everybody needs childcare and stuff like that. So that's her. But she is learning the foundation of sound money through her, through her dad and through her own studies. And she's understanding that when she gets paid, to earn as much as she can, spend the least, understand that the dollar is broken, and to save the rest in Satoshis. She understands that now, and that's my point. And the more and more she's here, because she's going to be here about 3 weeks, and she's going to be on the show again today. And that's why I'm making this video, because I may not do too much today, because we may have another special guest. So stay tuned for that. This will be a special person too, and those two together on the show, holy crap. You guys may not ever want to see me again. Who knows? Sorry about the wind, guys. But you as a parent, future parent, family member, whatever, it's up to us, it's up to you to make sure these people are taken care of. And again, I know people, and I've talked to them many times, and I get the biggest question I get is, how do I orange pill my family? And that's not an easy thing to do, because people are in the matrix. They're stuck in a system, in a mindset that they've been taught and basically brainwashed their entire life. It's very difficult to tell someone that everything that you were taught and learned about was a lie. Not an easy thing, guys. It's really not. But we must fight through it. And you need to become that person that you want them to become, right? Not a crazy Jehovah's Witness, Amway seller type of person. I'm not talking about that. You need to become the person that you want people to become, and them to look at you as that person, right? Again, not with craziness, but with a sound foundation and understanding that you know what you're talking about. And people don't even have to ask me personally, when they see me with my Bitcoin shirts on, or me talking about Bitcoin, or however I'm doing this. And I can't do this long, guys, because it's hot out here and I'm feeling the heat. It's like 106, 107 degrees. I got to make this short. But people don't have to ask me if I'm a Bitcoiner. Just like when I see a Jehovah's Witness, because we have a lot of those young men coming through our neighborhood. I don't have to ask them what their beliefs are. I know based on their uniform, how they talk, how they conduct themselves. You need to do that, because they're preaching their gospel. You need to preach your gospel. Again, not in that kind of way, but you need to come from a point of, you're not making money, you're not investing. This ain't about that. It's about generational change. And again, you will be wealthy. That's one of the things that's just going to happen. You know what I mean? And again, that's a fiat mindset, because people think they want a bunch of stuff because, quote unquote, the rich and the famous have it, and you want this nice car and these nice houses and whatever. And I'm not telling anybody what to want or what to desire, or you don't want this and want that. That's all a facade. I'm not going to say that. But I truly believe Bitcoiners, the foundational Bitcoiners that are here early, and there will be some other people that are different, but the ones that are here early are not here for those things. And I believe most of my audience is not here for those things as well. So get out here, talk to your family, set them up with a cold storage. If you want to, set them up with some UTXOs. Have everybody download a speed wallet. If you don't have a speed wallet, there's a link below. Download a speed wallet, use my code, and you get 500 free Satoshis. I buy Satoshis every hour on the hour using the Strike app. You can use that one too. Link down below. I don't want to make this commercial, but do what you got to do to help them. Act like the world and your family has cancer, because that's what inflation is. That's what the broken money system is. It's a cancer, and you have the cure. What if everybody did have cancer? You actually had the cure. How would you act? Act the same way about this Satoshi Bitcoin thing, because I'm telling you, the system is broken. We know it, and we must get out here and save as many people, especially our family and friends, as we can. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, we know the system is broken. We know that the dollar is has no floor, and they keep printing and printing and printing, and the M2 money supply, the liquidation, that fancy stuff that they say, all it means is they're putting more dollars in the system. Even Trump can't stop it. He tried to with Doge and everything else, and he did a great job. But again, This system, they lied to you. Told you to go to school, get good grades, so you can get into a good college, work a good job, be a good little boy or little girl, work 40 hours a week, so they can take 40% of your paycheck for 40 years, so you end up with a $40 watch. Did you vote for that? Is that a democracy? I didn't. I didn't vote for 37 trillion in debt as well, and to be a taxpayer and do everything right and owe $323,000. Did you? I didn't. That's a broken system. When there's too many dollars chasing the same amount of goods and your purchasing power goes down, which is inflation. That's where inflation comes from. Washington, D.C. only comes from one place. But we need a new system. And the system that we need is not going to do any of that. You're not going to have to work 40 hours. They're not going to take 40%, I don't believe, for 40 years for a $40 watch. You'll end up with much more than that in the future. If you earn and save in this future money, that's going to not only pay off the debt, stop inflation, but break the system. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.